All right, everybody, what's going on? And welcome to today's edition of Swag Talk, the show we cover the swag inside and out. I'm your tour guide around the swag, see what's coming at you. And today we're going to continue talking about Grambling State basketball, man. We're going to show love to the Grambling State Tigers. Um, they had a really great season this season. Ultimately made it to their first ever NCAA tournament on the Division I level for the first time in school history. Got a tournament win also in the same time period. And actually, had a really strong showing against Purdue before they ultimately wore down. But we're gonna talk about the rise of Grambling basketball under Coach Donte Jackson, and just kind of give them their flowers, man. I think that at this point, um, this is a program that's still on the rise. I don't think that they've hit their peak yet. Like I think they still on the up and up, and I think that at some point they're gonna continue to climb. They're gonna be one of those teams that is gonna always be at the top of the heap, and they are making their journey toward becoming more of a basketball school. They're not quite there yet. I know Coach Jackson said that they were, but they're not quite there yet. But they are on the peak to get there. So with that being said, man, y'all make sure y'all check out the socials. We got the link to my Swag Hooper Awards on bustingbrackets.com. You can catch that there. You can also see whenever any new show drops, and typically during games and stuff, I'm a little bit more active on my Twitter account, which is Swag Talk 76. But you can also check out the Facebook Swag Talk and Instagram is Swag Talk. Also, don't forget to like the video, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel while you're here. So let's go ahead and get started. And like I said, we're just gonna kind of take a little bit to give Grambling State their flowers. This is a team that had a really rough history. In recent years. In the late '80s. They were a team who contended for swag, for the swag title, won a regular season championship, made it to a couple conference tournament championships in the late '80s. The '90s, they were probably like an average team. Um, they had one winning season in conference play in the '90s, and that was in the '97-'98 season. They went winless in conference in '99 and in the '99-2000 season. Won one basketball game that year, went 0-18. So this, when you look at Grambling basketball, going back to the late '70s and early '80s, they only had like two from, let's say, from '78 to 2000. They had two winning records in conference play. They went 10-4 one year and 10-6 in another season. And then moving forward, they had a nice little run in the early 2000s. In 02-03, they went 9-9. 03-04, they went 9-9 in conference. And then they had two 11-7 seasons the following 2 years. And then in 06-07, they went 10-8. And that was their last winning season in SWAC play until Coach Jackson got there. And including in that number is two 0-8 seasons, 0-18 seasons, one in 12-13 and one in 14-15. In the 14-15 season, they won two games. They went 2-27 overall, and in the 2012-2013 season, they went 0-28, which is one of the worst basketball teams anywhere in college athletics. They averaged only 49 points a game that year, so they were just not a good team at all. But Coach Jackson comes in the 2016-17 season and immediately takes this team to a 16-17 overall record, 10-8 in conference, and led them to a third place finish. So they, just going from winning 4 conference games in 2016-2017, 2015-2016, winning 4 conference games, to 2016-2017, winning 10. That's an increase of 6, and you jump up to third place. The following season, they went 10-8 in conference, and they finished. The following year, 17-18, they went 13-5 and won the SWAC regular season. Didn't win the tournament, obviously, but that was another increase. And then in 18-19, they went 10-8. They finished tied for third. 19-20, they went 11-7, finished tied for fourth. 20-21, 9-6, finished tied for fourth. 9-9 is their worst season in conference play under Coach Jackson. They finished sixth that year, and then the last two seasons they finished in the regular season champions. 2022-23, they finished 15-3, tied for first, and then this past season they were 14-4, and they won the regular season and the conference. So under Coach Jackson, this team is 91-50 in conference play with a 64% winning percentage, 136 and 119 overall record, 53% winning percentage, and 15 Division I non-conference wins in that time span. So just looking at the impact that he had when he arrived at Grambling, it was immediate. You go from 7-24 to 16-17. He's only had one. He's only had two sub 500. Well, he's only had two sub 500 records overall in his time at Grambling, and one of them was his first year when he went 16-17, and then the 2020-21 season he went 21-22 season he went 12-20 overall. So this is a program that immediately turned around. It's like there's what he's done there cannot be understated. It can't be overlooked. I don't think a lot of people really give him the props for turning this program around immediately. Like I said, this was a program that in the previous 4 years before he got there, they won 7 conference games. In that 4-year span, and he won 10 his first year. Like I said, I don't think he gets the recognition as a great coach in his conference. He's a coach overall who hasn't had much. He hasn't had very many losing seasons in his entire coaching career. I think he's only had like the 2 at Grambling. Other than that, he's won everywhere he's been, and he doesn't get the recognition from a lot of outside people as a top coach in college basketball, HBCU basketball. He's won on the D2 level, on the NAIA level, and the D1 level. I think to a lot of people, he just showed up, and then years later, Grambling was good. But this was a program that had no 20-win seasons dating back to 77-78. So from the 77-78 season up until this past season, Grambling had only had 2 20-win regular seasons, and both of those came under him. So he's done tremendous work at Grambling. The program is top-notch now. Grambling is one of the top programs in the conference. Like I said, he has 15 Division I non-conference victories. Didn't get one this season, ironically. But last season he won 5 non-conference games against D1 opponents. Has multiple years with more than one Division I non-conference win. The team plays discipline. His teams are always disciplined. They play smart basketball. They play great defense. They work hard. They take good shots. They don't really play out of control. And I have a lot of respect for the job that he's done at Grambling, and is one of the, he's the kind of coach that I put my full trust in. When Grambling kind of started off slow the regular season, and they were kind of up and down in the early portions of the season in conference play. I never felt like that they were out of the hunt. I felt like that was a coach and a staff and a program that you can trust, and they would get it right, and that's what they did. So I kind of just wanted to shine, give my kudos to the work that this Grambling program has done this season and in the build up to this season, because this is not a 1-year thing. This wasn't, a bunch of losing seasons and then they popped up this year with a winning season and went to the tournament. This was a steady growth. And now this is a program. This is a team that can lose top guys and bring in other guys and keep the train rolling. And I'm eager to see what they do next year. I mean, they're gonna, they have some more to build on. The opportunity to repeat as tournament champs and go back to the tournament. Put yourself in a position, with a better non-conference to avoid a 16 seed, and put yourself in that realm of TSU basketball. Now, I'm not saying that Grambling is there yet because they only have won one tournament championship, and Texas Southern has won 6 of the last 11. So that's not, they're not there yet. That's why, they're not a basketball school yet, but they're on their way. And if they can maintain this and they can keep that guy on the sidelines, because eventually somebody's going to be coming for him. He has a great personality. He carried, the people fell in love with him watching him do his press conferences and his sideline interviews with Grambling during the tournament. So that's going to be a high commodity in the coaching world. You're going to have to do what you got to do to keep him now, because I'm not saying that if he leaves that the success is going to leave with him, but he has the blueprint and he's done what needs to be done there. And it's been a steady rise. It's been a steady rise. And, last year coming up short, only fueled this season. And just seeing a team being able to be resilient, even in the game last night where they were outsized, they still fought and scratched and clawed and got themselves to a single-digit halftime deficit. Just ultimately just couldn't keep pace the entire game. But the team was ready. He was ready. The moment didn't seem like it was too big for them. And that's a testament to the job that he's done. So, like I said, when you look at what Grambling basketball has been, even you don't even have to go that far. You go back to 2015, 2016, this was a team that went 7-24. 2014, 2015, they went 2-27. So this is a team that has more downs than up. This is a program that has more downs than ups. And to be able to get to the point where they're at now, where every year you're looking at them as a contender to win the conference championship, is tremendous. That, as far as my recent memory, and I'm not talking about back in the D2 Willis Reed days and all of that stuff. This is the pinnacle of Grambling basketball for me in my age group. People older than me, they can go back further, but this is what it's all about. And I as a rival fan, I like to see them, have success. I don't like to see my team not have success, but it's great to see this team set the bar for everybody else. You know what you have to do now. You know where you have to go to get to be great in this league, and that you have to go through Grambling to get to a championship. You got to get off on exit 81. So that's just how it goes. And I just wanted to give Grambling their flowers and salute them for a great season. I've been watching the tournament all weekend. The first 2 days, Thursday and Friday. And there's been a few games that have really gotten out of hand. And this game wasn't that. I mean, yes, the league swelled in the second half, but this was a game where Grambling just stayed. They found things that worked, and they stuck with them until they couldn't anymore. And, so that's what you want from a team on our level. You want that team to be able to compete in games, and you want them to put themselves in position to win those games. And eventually, if they keep building, you're gonna put yourself in a better position. And I like I said, I like the way the program is going, and I think that they're gonna continue on the upswing. So I just wanted to come here today and give Grambling their flowers. This is a historical season for them. This is a little historical run that they're on. So you got to recognize it before it's too late. And they're making history. And this is the rise of Grambling basketball. I don't even think they're at the plateau yet. I think this program is still going to go up and up. Got some key guys to replace, but do have some big time guys returning. So it's gonna, you're still gonna have to go through Grambling to get where you want to go next season. So the onus is on everybody else to start to match what they're doing. And I just wanted to salute them. So with that being said, man, I'm your tour guide around the SWAC Seawell signing out, and I'm going to catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.